Kyra and welcome back to my channel. So for today's makeup look, we'll be doing this really nice neutral sunset smoky eye. Alrighty, so I already went ahead and primed my eyelids using the MAC Laying Low Paint Pot, and now I'm going to go in with the Morphe 35R palette. I mentioned in a previous tutorial that I did a couple weeks ago how much I love this palette, you guys, and I just love how versatile it is, and I am just a sucker for neutrals, so I feel like this look would be perfect to develop with this eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to first take this light orange shade and just apply that to my crease area and use that as a transition shade. And now I'm going in with just a little bit of a darker brown and kind of focusing that in that crease area as well. Now I will mention that this makeup look is all about placement. The key is just to make sure that everything is blended and that you're kind of layering the shadows one under the other after the other. So I already did the light orange shade, a darker brown shade, and now I'm doing a very, very dark brown shade, and it's focusing that in right in the crease. As you guys can see, I'm not bringing that too far up, just focusing that right in that crease socket area and then blending it out as I go. Alrighty, now to do this kind of soft cut crease, I'm taking that same MAC Laying Low Paint Pot and kind of carving out my eyelid using just that primer and a really, really small flat shader brush, you guys. This part takes a little bit of time because I really want to make sure that basically that the shape is really nice and defined. I find that it's easier whenever you have more product on the brush. Just the more product you have on there, the easier it is to kind of just make that line in one swipe and, you know, be done with it. So just go ahead and take your time here, carve out that shape that you want, and it'll give you that soft cut crease look. And as you can see, I only applied the primer only about 3/4 of the way onto the lid, so I didn't bring it all the way over to the edge of the outer corner of the eye. So now I'm taking these two, I mixed these two shades. It's like a golden shade and then one's a little bit more on the cooler side. And I just mixed those two metallic shades and I'm just applying that on my lid exactly where I applied that eyeshadow primer. So as you can see, I'm just covering up that paint pot with that gold shade. I applied the metallic shade or that gold shade right again about 3/4 of the way in. And now I'm taking a very, very dark eyeshadow, which again is that exact same eyeshadow that we applied in the crease. I'm just taking that and applying that on the outer V corner. So kind of a little more difficult to explain, but basically gold in the center, or I'm sorry, in the beginning to the center of the eye, and then the dark brown on the outer V area. And also as you're applying that brown shadow, make sure that you're also blending it inwards as well. So that way it kind of gives you a nice, flawless, blended effect. Alrighty, so now onto the face. I'm taking this new primer that I've been using recently. I'm kind of just testing it out for now, and I don't really know how I feel about it too much yet, but it's a Black Radiance True Complexion Primer. It's a drugstore primer, which I was excited for, so we'll see how it works out. But for foundation, I'll be using the L'Oreal Soft Stable Foundation. Hands down my favorite foundation from the drugstore. I love, love, love this foundation, y'all. It's just, the coverage is just amazing. And I'm just blending that out with my e.l.f. I believe this is a flawless blending brush, I think. I can't remember what it's called, or the ultimate blending brush. I believe that's what it's called. And then I always go in with a beauty blender after I apply my foundation, just to make sure that everything is pressed into the skin and there's no excess foundation left on, you know, the space anywhere. So now as a concealer, I'm using my MAC NC42 Prolongwear Concealer. And you guys, I hadn't used this in so long, but I wanted to go ahead and give it a try again because I loved this foundation a long time ago. And when I used this again on this purchase tutorial, I really fell in love with it. It is one of my favorite concealers ever, to be honest. Now I'm just blending that out with my beauty blender. You guys saw that I applied it under my eyes, forehead, bridge of my nose, and cupid's bow area. Alrighty, now to set the concealer, I'm going to take the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and it's applying that wherever I apply the concealer, just packing it in there and it's letting it sit for a while to let it kind of bake a little bit, just to kind of get that nice hide effect that we really want, you know, under the eyes and on the forehead and things like that. So just applying it, pack it on there, and then let it sit for a little bit. To set my entire face, I'll be using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark. My favorite setting powder. You guys have seen me use this non-stop, and I'm just applying this all over my face. Basically, wherever I did not set my concealer, I'm just applying that powder right there. Now, to bronze up my skin, I'll be using the MAC NW48 Studio Fix powder. This powder is really just used to kind of warm up the skin and kind of just add some dimension and some color back onto the perimeter of my face. And then you guys will see that I'll go in and further contour right here. So I'm contouring with the Black Radiance Rich Mahogany Pressed Powder. And this is a darker powder and a cooler powder. So applying this to my cheekbones and around my forehead, it really kind of helps to create even more dimension. And this makes everything just look really, really nice and structured. And of course, you cannot forget to contour the nose, you guys. Y'all know I love a nice, slim, snatched nose. So I'm applying that same powder here along the sides of my nose. And now I'm dusting away that excess powder. Alrighty, now on to highlighter. You guys know that I'm using my favorite highlighter kit, which is the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills That Glow Kit. And it's taking those two bottom shades and applying that to my cheekbone area as well as my forehead. I love a nice glow in the center of my forehead, the tip of my nose, the Cupid's bow area, as well as the bridge of my nose as well. And I just love that nice, really, really glowy look. I just love, love, love a lot of glow, you guys. I'm sure you guys can tell that I just love, love, love to glow. Now to finish off the eyes, I want to take my white gel liner from LA Girl and apply that in the waterline. White eyeliner makes your eyes pop and opens them up really wide. So I thought a white eyeliner would look really good with this look. And then I'm applying that same dark brown eyeshadow that we applied at the beginning and applying that to the lower lash line. Just kind of smoke it out a little bit and make it look really nice and sultry. Now I'm applying a light champagne shade to the inner corner to kind of make my inner corner pop and get that nice and bright. And now we're going to move on to the lips. For lips, I'll be taking the MAC Cork Lip Liner. Or is this Chestnut? No, sorry, this is Chestnut, you guys. Let me, that's definitely Chestnut. It's so dark. But I applied Chestnut, and then I'm going to go in with this Love Bug Ultra Satin Lipstick from Colourpop. I haven't used this shade in so long. I purchased it back in the fall, and oh my gosh, you guys, this color is everything. I love that brownish reddish shade and that hue that it gives off. It's just so gorgeous, and I feel like it matched this look perfectly. Now to set my brows, I'll be using the Telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. You guys have seen my tutorial already. If you haven't, click the link down below to see how I do my brows. But I go ahead and set my brows with mascara, and then of course apply mascara to my top and lower lashes. And once we have done that and set our makeup with some Fix Plus spray, we are done, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, you guys.